guys, are you ready to get back to work on this mini album? You're watching Cardz TV. This is Mary, and I decided I wanted to put a front and back cover on my little, I can't call it a toilet paper roll mini album anymore. I guess I'm just going to have to call it a little pocket mini album. But I've got all my pages done. I showed you that in the last video. Here is my front cover. And what I did, these tubes or pockets are 3 inches by 4 inches. So I took some cardstock and I cut it at 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then I covered the front and back, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that in just a minute. This will be the back cover. So I went ahead and covered that and added some embellishments to the front, and this is the title, How Does Your Garden Grow? And went ahead and put this through the bind it all, and you can see it's all going to match up. And here's my binding comb, and it's going to go through just like that, and it's going to be super cute, I think. I'm trying to keep it kind of masculine looking since this is for my husband. But I found this pepper, squash, and radish in the Nate's ABC cartridge, of all places. I never thought I would find vegetables in there, but there it was. So let me tell you about that. See, here it is on page 54, right there. I think that's so cute, and it was perfect for what I wanted for the front. And you just look down here. I cut the background out of white, then the outline of the pepper and the little veins in the leaves of the radish. You would hit shift for that. The squash is on layer 1, and it's just cut in 2 colors of yellow. And then here is the inside of your pepper right there on layer 2, and the leaves for the radish, and there is the red part of your radish. I think it turned out so cute. I'm just loving it. And I cut this at 2 inches. And what I did, I cut it 4 times out of white cardstock because I wanted it to be like chipboard, but I didn't want to use this chipboard in my Cricut because it's a little bit thicker than what I normally use, and I didn't have anything any thinner. So I don't know if you can tell. Let's see, we'll turn it this way. I've got 4 thicknesses of the cardstock. Then I put the colored pieces on top, and I wasn't going to put this up on foam tape, but because I have a border back here, part of it was raised and it wasn't going to lay flat, so I had to go ahead and put this on some foam tape. This is right here on 2 thicknesses, and this is 1, but it's just like chipboard now. I love that. But my front cover, like I said, it's 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. I covered it with some of the paper from that beautiful paper pack, and this is a red and craft colored gingham. And the back side is also from the paper pack. It's green. And I cut it the same size as the chipboard, 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. I added a border down here. I have a purple border, which is 1 1/4 inches by 4 1/8, and then the green border, which matches the back side, is 1 inch by 4 1/8. I added some green gingham ribbon across there, and then my little vegetables cut at 2 inches. Now for the sentiment or the title, How Does Your Garden Grow? I used one of my own stamp sets. This is from the Cardz TV Think Spring stamp set. And right down here I've got How Does Your Garden Grow? And you can see it's in 1 long stamp. So I went ahead and stamped that on some ivory cardstock. And you can do this with any of your stamps. I didn't cut the stamp apart this time. I just stamped it on 1 piece of ivory cardstock, and then I just cut it in half to make 2 sections of it. And I've inked it pretty heavily around the edges with some Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress ink, and I did stamp it with some Memento Tuxedo Black. I think it turned out really cute. And of course I added a green button, and I've got some floss run through there, and that's put on with a glue dot. So let me show you how to cover that chipboard. It's super simple. Here we have our piece of chipboard. This is going to be the back. This is the front cover. And I just use some Scotch quick dry adhesive. This stuff is great. I don't have a brayer, but I take my bone folder after I get all of this on here, and you just want to run not too much, but you know, just cover it all. And when you get that top piece on there, line up your edges, top and bottom. Now, it is going to start coming out around the edges. Normally, and I forgot to bring it today. Let's see if I've got something else I can use. I don't have my bone folder with me. I forgot. We'll pretend this is it. Just start taking your bone folder or your brayer and go over your cover, and that will spread that glue out. Go all the way to the edges. And this will help it adhere. But that is great glue. And I guess I didn't put too much. Yeah, there's a little bit coming out. And we'll do the back side with the green. Same thing. You can find this glue at Michael's. Sometimes you can find it at Walmart. But it's great. It's perfect for mini albums and little small things. And we'll get this one on. And we'll do the same thing. And then after we get all this on, we're going to ink around all the edges with the Tim Holtz Tea-Dye Distress ink. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it in the Bind It All and cut the holes like I did for the top. Okay, there's our back cover. You can see it's going to be a nice little book, and when I get the embellishments on there, it's going to be a little bit thicker. Now, let me show you what I've done with the tags. Okay, I have been taking this gorgeous seam binding and putting it through the slit in the top of my tags, and I got this from my sweet, sweet friend Karen at littlescrappieces.blogspot.com. Look at that. It's gorgeous. She sent me a whole package of this. Look at this purple. It's going to be perfect. Just perfect. Love the red too. And she's got it all packaged up so nicely. Thank you so very much, Karen. I am just loving this seam binding. And I'm going to give you a link so you can go over and check out Karen's blog, because she does some wonderful things, gorgeous things. She's on the Cardz TV design team as well. But I took some of Karen's beautiful seam binding, just ran it through the slit in the top, and instead of tying it, I took some of this, this is called hemp jewelry cord that I get at Walmart, and it's over where you find the beads and things in the craft section. I just took a piece of that, and I didn't tie it in a bow because this is going to be for my husband. I just tied it in a little knot at the top, and I love the way it turned out. So I've got to keep on putting my ribbons in, and I'm going to use the purple and the green. So I think they're just gorgeous. Now on the back side of my tags, I fixed this for journaling, and I just cut these little papers because they've got lines on them, and I found this in a Die Cuts with a View Christmas stack. And what I'm doing is I'm just cutting in the middle part here because it's kind of like for a ledger. And I just want this middle part, so I'm cutting that out, at 2 inches by 3 inches, and that fits perfectly. And then I'm cutting a mat at 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 to go behind it. And of course I've inked all of this with the Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress ink. So it's coming along, guys. It's getting there, and I'll show you how it's going to look with the tag in there. Isn't it going to be cute? I'll see you again soon, guys. Bye now.